Hello, welcome to Scrap Time, episode 846. My name is Christine, and on today's episode, I'm showing you the Viva Color Inka Gold. Today, I am showing you the Inka Gold Metallic Rub from Viva Color, and it is distributed by Creative Imaginations, which is now Splash of Color. So this one here, you can see, is the old silver, and then we have some gold, the blue, green, orange, and the red. And I put them upside down just so you can see the vibrancy of the colors. So this is a really unique product. I'm going to open it up. And you can see it is a wax-based product, and so it's sort of soft texture in that. And you can even just use your finger to apply it, and you can just rub it on to your surface. And then you can take another color now. These are opaque, so they will go right over top of another color like that. Now if you wanted to, you can blend. You can take a palette knife. You can put some out on your plate, and then I could just take a little bit of the red, and I can mix and make my own colors as well. And you can even just use the palette knife to put it on. Your finger. And another thing you can do is use little sponges to apply it as well. So if you don't want to get your finger dirty, you just go in with the sponge and apply it. I can add in some gold to this. Just looking for my gold sponge. Close enough. And then you can even add water. So I have just regular water here. I can brush it out. So there's so many ways you can play with this. You can do it dry, you can do it wet, you can do it with a sponge, your finger, a brush. And it gives you a really great shine once it's dry. I'm going to put that one aside, but here's one I did, and you can see the shine, really nice metallic shine off that. I'm just going to do one with the blues so you get a little bit of an idea about those colors. And these will store for a long time. You just want to make sure that your lids are nice and tight so the air is not getting in there. So let me get out the blue. You can see, look how beautiful that blue is, so rich, green. And I'm going to do the old silver this time. So I can put some green out here, and then just pick up a little bit of the blue and mix them together. Now that blue is very powerful, so I might need a bit more of the green. And then I can add in a bit of this color, and so you can blend so many of your own colors. I'm going to get a tag, and this time I'm going to just paint it on. I'm just going to Get some of that off my palette knife there. So you can see once it's wet, I can just pick up a bit there. And of course I can add in like some more. I can just put a little bit of blue down there and pick up the blue and pick blue over here. So if you did it with your finger dry, you would get really intense colors, but by mixing it with water and some of the other colors, you can get softer colors of the Inka Gold. So there's another little background to a tag. Really simple and pretty to use. That aside. Just going to wipe off the wet part. I'm going to leave the Inka there for now. And I just want to show you how I also added dry Inka Gold over my tags with stencils. So because it's dry, you can put it over your stencils and it's not going to get underneath the stencil. There's the big flower I did. And then I really like this where I used the same colors. I had done a green and blue background. And then I used green and blue in places. And so in some places you really see the pattern and in others it blends in a bit more. So I think that's a really neat effect. And then with dots. And then that pattern. So that gives you the introduction to this medium. I'm just going to show you, if I do it dry, the difference of how dark this can be. And you can use this on paper products, woods, any porous product. It's great too, you can change the color of chipboard letters with it if you have chipboard. Because as I said, it's opaque, it just completely covers up your whatever was underneath. And once you start playing with it, you'll find more and more things you can do. So it's really fun to play with. So you can see how beautiful and smooth and shiny. You can actually even buff it. So then this one is still drying. But you can get either the dry or with the wet. And then you just get paper towel and you buff it up a bit and it just makes this shiny, beautiful, you can see how very little came off my paper towel. It was all dry. And see what a shiny, beautiful tag you have there, like a sheet of metal almost. So that is the Inka Gold Metallic Rub from Viva Color, distributed by Splash of Color. Now I just want to show you some art journal pages I made using the Inka Gold. On this page I use spray mist for the base of the page, but because Inka Gold can be put on dry, I was able to use it with stencils. So I have like a wood grain here, and I have these little diamonds and the longer diamonds and stars all done in the Inka Gold. I also want to point out that I used the pearl pen for some doodling and dots on the page as well. Then on this page I did a background using the Inka Gold, and then I stenciled on top of it. I also used it on the metal here just to highlight the embossed part of this metal. And I used my pearl pen to make a few little dots. And you can also stamp on it. So I stamped on it, and then I used multi-medium on it to add my collage pieces on. Then on this piece I did a really soft background, and then I went over it with, again with a stencil. And then I just did a couple collage, add some dots, and I stamped and I wrote on it no problem as well. So it is a really fun medium to use. Well, that's it for today's episode. Be sure to check out our website at www.scraptime.ca. And on our next episode, I'm showing you the Hero Arts Fancy Dies. So please join us. Thanks for watching Scrap Time.